Cubby blue blood flowing through our veins. Sitting in the bleachers in the rain. We've shed a million tears and drank as many old style beers out at the game. Let's go, Cubby, Son Ranto.
With Michael.
Son Ranto.
And Crawley.
Son Ranto and the lovable loser. Son Ranto.
With Michael.
Son Ranto.
And Crawley.
Son Ranto and the lovable losers. Son Ranto.
You were basically Placido Domingo hitting the high note in Nessun Dorma until you cracked.
I did. I cracked on the switch from the N to the T.
Yeah, it's when you move the jaw, that's always where you lose your laryngeal stability. That's what I always say.
I've heard that before.
I mean, I'm always talking about my laryngeal abilities and stability of the ability of my laryngeals. Whatever those might be.
You screamed so loud that you made Crawley turn into Billy Devore somehow. The theme song promised me Crawley, and what do I get? I get a Billy.
You get younger, better looking Crawley.
We should also point out that the lovable loose ears, Lyle Aker, is still part of the show, but his job is keeping him from joining us most days at the moment. So he will return at some point, but I think people are used to Lyle just popping off and then never not showing up for months at a time. So
I've seen Lyle pop off many a time.
Oh, wow. He's inconsistent and unhinged? No way.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Welcome to the Son Ranto Show.
We're talking laryngeals again.
We're talking laryngeals.
Oh, God.
Welcome to the Son Ranto Show on the Bleacher Bunch Podcast Network, brought to you by all of our Patreon supporters. There are many of you, and we thank you all, but especially Blake Beard, because he's incredible. It gives us the most money. If you want me to mention your name, give us more money, and I will. Also, our sponsors, In the Clutch shirts. Billy's from In the Clutch. He's here. If you use code Bleacher Bunch, you get money off of your order. We got a bunch of great shirts there, too, so you should we got a whole page that you could choose from. Also, Matt Kammer's Permanent Paintings and his Etsy store, and Penguin Imprints, who just makes great stuff. Thank you very much for everything you do for us, Tom. And also, come on now, Fanarchy! Yes, we are Fanarchists, and they also sponsor the new Nasty Boys as well. We are Fanarchists down.
Yeah, sorry if I'm overly invading your timeline. I'm just locked in. I love it so much. I'm just sitting in front of my TV, or if I have good Wi-Fi at the ballpark, which is rare, I'm just firing away, baby.
Yeah, you are a huge Fanarchist. That you pop into my feed more than any other person on Fanarchy. You might be the most prolific Fanarchist in Fanarchy land.
So well, I just want to burn it all down. You know, a true Fanarchist, just down to the studs.
Absolutely. I'm with you on that. I love the idea that it's anarchist and we're just in there doing, running the show. But I will say, I do not have notifications. I don't put notifications. I don't allow notifications on anything. I don't allow anybody to fucking send me any notifications of any sort. I have to go look for it. And because of that, my Fanarchy doesn't work the way your guys' Fanarchy does.
Yeah.
It's kind of like...
Mine's all Billy all the time. It's just the Billy Devore show, 24/7. I know more about the Reds than I ever cared to know. And it's because, and especially yesterday, you were going nuts because there was this crazy comeback win where they scored 7 runs in the 9th inning in San Francisco. And it was just wild. Wildest game of the year probably yesterday, right, Billy?
Dude, they're down what it was like. They were down 6-1. And I'm sitting on the couch. And Alicia, my wife, who's getting up, she's like, I'm done. I'm just going to go cut the grass. And I looked at her, I went, hey, anything can happen. And she's like, sure. And then goes out, and it happened. It was so improbable because they were on a 24-inning runless streak at one point, like until Sal Stewart homered the night before. And then it was just like, this offense is so inconsistent. We had no hope, just sarcasm and just snarkiness. And then it happened. It was the first time it had happened since August of 1958, where they were down 6+ runs to take the lead. And guess who they did it against?
The Giants?
The Chicago Cubs.
Oh, that sounds like us. Oh, man. Well, we'll get
What
to that.
did you say? August of 1958?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm getting confused. I was trying to figure out like were the Reds in the West then, but I think that I'm thinking of
just National League then.
Yeah. It was just National League. There weren't even divisions
all white
in
guys
58.
mostly too. It's just like there's like 3 black guys in the league, no Hispanics, like none.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, just it was a totally different sport then, and it sucked, and
It did.
especially that day for Cubs fans because they blew a game in the ninth. All right, here's kind of what I want to start with today because we just had a shitty West Coast road trip. Every baseball fan who's anywhere east of the Colorado Rockies know what a shitty West Coast road trip feels like. I think it's universal amongst baseball fans. You go out west, you change time zones, you lose baseball games. Like that is how it goes. We lost 2 or 3 to the Mariners. We got walked off on twice. It was mostly Randy Arozarena just sticking it up our butts the entire time. Cal Raleigh decided to come back from the dead as well against us. And so that was frustrating. So the bullpen blew a couple games. And then the same thing happened in Arizona. Well, I won't talk about the wins yet, but we blew a game late against Arizona, and then we just didn't show up the final day. Had 2 hits and a big fat nada. But it was a very unsuccessful road trip. We could have easily gone 5-1 on that road trip.
Easily.
And instead, because we outscored, just so to prove to everybody that run differential does not fucking matter, we outscored both of the Mariners and the D-Bags. We outscored the Mariners 27-11, lost 2 or 3. We outscored the D-Bags 11-7, lost 2 or 3. Doesn't matter.
Well, to be fair, Arizona does lead the league in comeback wins after the 7th inning. It's so they don't just do it to the Cubs, and it happened to the Reds. Like they do it to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's one of those things. Whatever. The fucking Cubs are just eating shit on their own. You know what I mean? Like the pitching holds up and the fucking batting goes away.
Starting pitching holds up.
Right, starting pitching. But at the same time, it's like the bullpen goes in, the game is 1-0. The fucking offense doesn't score at all for them, you know? And it's like, even if the bullpen holds that, doesn't allow 1 run, they don't win, you know? And they did give up some in some of these, but I don't know.
Well, we got to talk about the bullpen because that's really the implosion. And Billy, as a Reds fan, you know all about bullpens you cannot count on. But
brother, I know about imploding from all sides. Okay, I'm a Reds fan.
So, but we have.
Can you implode from all sides, or is it just inside?
Well,
brother?
I suppose you could, like a star, like a big red hot star imploding in on itself. You know.
Yeah, have you seen one of those? You like take a balloon and then you roll it onto a garden hose, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and then just pops everywhere. That's been this season for me.
Yeah.
You actually had hope at one point in this season.
It was in March and April, and then May happened, and June happened, July happened. July is currently happening, and September is unbelievably brutal.
July, you just skipped August. You just have a long ass terrible July.
It's so bad. It's trauma that I've blocked it from my memory.
So to be fair, you know, I listen to your show every week, and you guys held out your positive attitude way fucking longer. Like, our team is 18 games over 500, and we're like, this fucking team sucks. Yeah. Your team is under 500, and every week I was just like, when is this going to change? And then it was like right after the All-Star break. You guys had an episode where you're like all the way up to there. Positive, All-Star break. Right after you're like, oh yeah, this season's over.
Well, yeah. Well, they just sat on their balls at the trade deadline, which is absurd. They didn't do what they did. They said, oh, we like the core of guys that we have. We feel like we can go for it. And it's like, okay, so you're going to go for it. Then you should add pieces to be better. But instead they traded their hottest hitter in Nathaniel Lowe for a guy in single A who is a lottery ticket. And then nothing they traded Caleb Ferguson for cash. So they actively got worse when saying that they trusted the guys that they have.
They didn't even get better for the future, really. They just they're like, let's be worse so that everybody will be sad in Cincinnati.
That was the Cubs last year at the All-Star break. They did the same thing. Actually, I think the Cubs maybe did slightly better because they brought in some actual players that were supposed to play on the big league team. And those players, how many games we get out of them, Danny? 4 out of both guys?
Oh, like Mike Soroka?
And
I think when he starts once, twice.
Somebody else. Yeah. They because, but it was the same thing that you're saying, Billy. They were like, oh, we like the core. We really like what we have. And so all we're going to do is move a couple of middling minor leaguers to get a guy that can, I don't know, pitch sometimes. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. And then even that went bad.
Yeah, well, then also to put the cherry on top, I don't know if you guys saw this, they put on waivers Eugenio Suarez and TJ Friel. It's there's a time when you can trade these guys and get something instead of putting them on waivers and saving $3.7 million on 2 dudes. And then everyone, they cleared waivers. They looked through it. Everyone's like, they suck.
Yeah, nobody wanted him. And Eugenio Suarez would make a great Cub because he kills us. And just bring him in. If they would have just brought Eugenio in, and DH'd him just for this series at Wrigley Field against the Reds. Yeah. It would have been worth $3 million in home runs because he would have hit 6 of them.
Yeah. Well, I've not even against the Reds. The Brewers, too. 1 week of Eugenio Suarez
against the Central
may actually save may allow the Cubs to catch the Brewers, but they're not going to pick him up.
No. We got Ian Happ.
Yeah, at Wrigley Field, he's got 16 homers, 40 ribs in 65 games.
He's literally Babe Ruth when he comes to Wrigley. He might as well start calling his shots like the Babe did.
Oh, I know.
Back in the 30s.
And then Milwaukee, he's got 12 homers and 31 RBIs in 58 games.
Yeah, he's if we had him just this 1 week, because I'm telling you right now, Billy, I do not give a shit about the fucking wild card. We are done with this bullshit. Let's get excited about playoffs. Bullshit. It's fucking the end of year tournament. Half the kids get in because otherwise the parents won't pay their fucking sign-up fee to get the jersey. All this stupid shit that they're doing now that's ruining the game and
cheapening the game. It's
cheapening the game.
Shitification of baseball.
You have to win the division. If you don't win the division, your season is garbage. I don't care. I don't care if you win the fucking World Series. That means that you had a great tournament, but it doesn't mean that you had a great year because you can get into the fucking tournament now. I don't know. Somebody in the AL is going to be under 500.
They were.
They're going to be in this
last
bullshit.
I looked, the AL's third wild card spot was under 500. Are they still? They are not now. Well, now that's 68 and 66. It's the Guardians. and the Rangers are only 2 games out, and they're 2 games under. So the Guardians won 7 in a row to make it so that there's actually an above 500 team in that 3rd spot. But we shouldn't be even discussing this. Like, you have to at least.
Right.
In fact, if you don't make 500, there's a bye. There's another bye. You just don't make it. You can't get in. They should do something like that because.
But guys, revenue. Money for the ownership groups.
Here's
that's right.
They have
Here's what
to
you
make
do.
so much money. And then what they're going to do...
The billionaires? Will
Please.
somebody please think of the billionaires?
And then they're going to put a cap and a floor on the labor for how much it costs. And then private equity is going to come in even more aggressively than it already is and completely gut and ruin the sport. How fun.
Yay.
I love it.
Just wait till we have like expansion in Charlotte to like an audience of 6,000.
Brother.
All they want to expand, and it's like you have 2 teams in Florida that cannot outdraw a high school team. Dude, fucking get rid of those teams completely or move them. Don't expand.
There's only 3 teams in the majors that actually have a good bullpen. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, nobody can fill out a starting rotation. Nobody can fill out a bullpen. And we're like, let's get more teams. So, like, and then they want to talk about wins above replacement. Well, there's 80,000 players that play in the major leagues now. They got options. They're up and down. Like, you're only comparing them against each other. It's not like the other day they calculate Babe Ruth's WAR. It was the same freaking 600 guys that went out there every day and played baseball or something like that. And then and you calculate it against these guys. Now, it's granted, some of them were cops and firemen in the off season, or hobos, professional hobos. But mind you,
but
not those
Danny,
homeless kind.
But Danny, they took all that into account.
Oh, sure.
If you ever listen to any of the fucking math bros, they'll tell you, oh, no, WAR is great. It accounts for everything that has ever been so that we can get a real number. No, it doesn't. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Would you rather have elite second base defense and somebody who bats 230, or would you rather have a bopper who's got a 28 homers and 100 RBIs?
At
second base?
Yeah. He can play first, second, and third. How about that?
No, you can just take a second. I'll take the fucking worst defense with the homers and RBIs. I'll take that at second base because second base, everybody fucking acts like, oh, this is something. Second base is maybe the second worst defensive player on the team. That's where you hide fucking people. They don't need an arm. They don't have to move all that much. And they may have more responsibilities depending on how the team is set up, but a lot of those responsibilities can be taken over by the shortstop, who usually does cover all that shit.
Yeah.
So your second baseman is only more important than the left fielder. That's it.
So then Sal Stewart's your NL Rookie of the Year over J.J. Weatherholt. You answered my question. But here's the thing. People are going, well, Sal is a negative defensively and a liability. I'm like, at first and second and third, like he's fine because he's hitting me 28 home runs. But the problem you have is Sal's WAR is 1.8, and like last time I checked, it's 1.9, and JJ Weatherholt's like 4.3 because of the defensive metrics.
Yeah,
Get the fuck out of here with this WAR malarkey.
Tom Cooper brings up a good point too. You can always make that guy with the homers a DH too in the modern game. So like, he plays a little second, little third, and he DHs just to keep his bat in the lineup, and then you have some like hot shot who can come up and play a little second base, which really that's kind of what I remember. Ian Happ used to play second base. Like, why does he?
I thought you were going to stop right there. Do you remember Happ?
Yeah.
You remember Ian Happ? That guy? You remember that guy?
He was on the team for a long time, and they shoved him in left field. Well, now he plays. He used to play second base, which is basically the left field of the infield in many respects. So all you got to do is wait for somebody like Jason Hayward just roll over to you all freaking game long. Just lefties rolling over all day long. That's all you got to do is second. Nico Horner is in many ways wasted there because you could have a guy like Happ if he had chosen to be a Ben Zobrist who also played second base, you know, and then he would play right field and he'd play all over the place. It was a true utility man. That makes you way more valuable when you got a bat, when you can take some walks, when you can steal a base, and you can do all these different things and move around the field. Instead, we got like a great defender in Nico Horner playing second base, who's now currently our shortstop and doing a great job there, mind you.
Yeah.
He's doing a great job. He's probably one of the top shortstops in the major leagues right now. And he's just a total waste. And now the middle infield is tight as fuck. You're not getting a ball through there. But how many runs are you really saving? And you were supposed to have some semblance of an offense. I haven't seen it yet, but
well, and I mean, Nico Horner is honestly at second base. He is fucking like, he is like defensively, he's like Hall of Fame level defender over there against other second basemen. And then he's like a throwback second baseman. No power, just hits the ball and gets the fuck on base, right? So he's like a prototypical second base two-hole guy.
Yeah.
And they just, I don't know, but they don't ever want to use him in the two-hole anymore.
They all got to hit home runs or strike out. They're still playing that 3 true outcome baseball, and it's like, whatever.
It's like there's one team that isn't, and they're succeeding, and they might have the best record in baseball, and it's the Milwaukee Brewers. It's crazy.
The least amount of home runs in the entire fucking league, and they're leading the league in wins. Like, they have the best record in the entire fucking league. It's insane. And I actually started looking into that. I wanted to see, like, when the last time the Milwaukee Brewers led the division in home runs. And do you know what happened that year? The Cardinals won the division. The fucking Brewers have been winning the division like every goddamn year. And they're like 4th or 5th in the division in homers like all those years. The one year that they lead the league or lead the division in homers, they lose it to the Cardinals. So it's like,
and they're last in homers with 121. The top team is the Nationals, who's not doing anything this year, with 188. So there's quite a few more.
The thing with the Nationals is their bullpen leads the league in blown saves and blown holds by like if they blow in half. How many blown saves they've had? They have an above 500 record.
Well, and that's part of their defense too. Their defense, I think, leads the league in errors. Like, they're fucking horrible at defense. So it's like, as bad as the bullpen is, I'll bet their FIPS are actually much better because their defense sucks as well.
Well, the Brewers also lead the league in like they have the lowest chase rate, the highest on base percentage, highest average, and highest contact percentage. They just like took baseball and went, hey, what do we used to do? Get them on, get them over, get them in with just slapping the ball. And they're like, hey, how's the cheapest way to do that? Not hitting home runs. Yeah, so they perfected. Oh my God, they perfected poverty ball, as you call it.
Well, and they're 4th in runs scored, last in homers, but it really is the situation where they get the timely hitting. They're not even number 1 with runners in scoring position. They're not number 1 in batting average. It's not like they're dominating in any other way. It's just that they manage to win baseball games, and the elite pitching, of course, is doing a lot to help that out. But I got to talk about our bullpen, because that's really what's faltered, because we got Daniel Palencia back this week, and he blew up in an 8th inning spot. Jacob Webb blew up twice, and Zephyr Junk has been total ass since he has come to the Chicago Cubs. He has an ERA over 7 in his 9 appearances. 9 times he's been out there, and he's sucked in almost every single appearance he's had. He's given up 7 runs in those 9 times he's gone out there. And he was exact opposite. He hasn't struck anybody out he was more than a strikeout an inning for the Angels. What the fuck?
Well, I wonder what they changed with him. Yeah, I was about to say, what did they change? Like, was it starting with his slider? Is he throwing it less? Is it more fastballs? Because his slider is gnarly.
I don't know, but I'll tell you this though.
They're hitting him.
What they're doing. The Cubs game planning whoever is doing that sucks balls. Like, they are so bad at this because, I'll point this out. It's Shota Imanaga, right? The last time he went out there, he threw 72 pitches in 2 innings because he couldn't get an out in the 3rd inning. Now, Shota was all over the place, right? He was definitely all over the place.
He did not have it.
Did not have it. But when he did have it, every strike was inside. Your dude throws maybe 90 as a fastball, and you're serving up a steady diet of inner third? No, that's a bad idea. If your guy throws 90, you might want to put those balls on the outside of the fucking plate and not let them get, go inside once, twice maybe. You just to show them I will do it.
Yeah.
But you look at the pitching charts, and these balls are all fucking inside, and you're like, well, yeah. Why is he getting destroyed? Well, probably because he's throwing a fucking 90-mile-per-hour fastball and an 80-mile-per-hour slider on the inner third of the fucking plate. And if he misses, it goes to the middle of the plate. That's bad.
Technically, yes, that is bad.
Yeah. And you have to believe there is a coach or there is some fucking mathematician somewhere that has told him that's what we want you to do, right? Mm-hmm. Because any normal fucking pitcher in the world is not going to want to try to do that.
Mm-hmm. Trying to subvert expectations.
I forgot to say this earlier in the show. Dominic Galoro is saying hashtag chance in the chat, and so can you. Say hashtag chance in the chat and winning Frank Chance postcard sent to you by me with a message of love and doom. Dominic was the winner last week, and he said going for 3 weeks in a row, meaning that we're at 5 o'clock again. Yeah, tonight is the final preview for Joan Crawford Goes to Hell at Hell in a Handbag Productions. If you're in the Chicago area, you should come see it. I don't have a picture of it, but I thought I did. All right. Well, anyway, Joan Crawford Goes to Hell. It plays for 4 or 5 weeks or something like that. Tonight's the final night, so we got a hard out in about an hour as well. So, and then maybe we'll get back to it. Except for that, now we got band rehearsal because we're opening for the Rookie of the Year, Thomas Ian Nicholas. So, and the only night people can do is also Thursday. So it's just one of those things that we're limping over the finish line here.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure
it out. We'll do a show of some sort. But I do have to talk a little bit about our bullpen because Jacob Webb, who none of us thought was like the last guy to make the team out of spring training, that everybody was like, oh, look, Jacob Webb, he made the 26. Oh, look at that, ends up our closer because of injury to everybody. Philippe Maton, we never really did see.
$6 million and nothing.
Yeah. And so none of these guys are coming back, so they had to make
Hunter
moves.
Harvey?
Hunter Harvey, never saw that guy.
He's another $6 million man with nothing to show for it.
Actually,
I don't know what he got. But.
We're hunting for Hunter.
Yeah.
We can't find him anywhere. And so instead, we get Jacob Webb as our closer, and he's done a pretty good job. Palencia comes back. They still let Jacob Webb be the closer. They're working Palencia back in. I don't know if they gave him the job. I don't know if they filmed the walkout video for him to AC/DC or whatever you do so that you could have, your big scoreboard moment. But both of them sucked my freaking taint this week, and neither of them deserved to be the goddamn closer. Palencia was all over the place, nearly killed a man.
So I want to talk about that.
Hit him right in the head then he lost it. At which point, I hope you're going to say this. At which point, Craig Counsell should have yanked him from the game because he could not find the plate, and he left him out there for 2 more batters. It got worse and worse and worse until he gave up 3 runs.
Exactly what I was going to say, Danny. So Palencia is just getting back. He's just getting in the swing of it. He did not have it. He hit the dude in the face, and you could tell by his reaction, he was horrified that he had done that, right? So that's already fucking with his head. The next batter, and he does have to face the next batter to get that was his third batter of the inning. He's got to see him before they can pull him, right? He walks him. He can't fucking find the plate, maybe because he almost killed a man right before that, and his fucking head is not in it. And why they didn't pull him at that moment, I have no fucking clue. Like, that is a failure of just understanding human beings. Like, you cannot have that guy try to stick that out. You literally say, you go out there and you say, take all your time, throw 4 balls, and then we'll pull you. And that's what you tell the guy on the mound, and then you fucking walk back and you let him just, I don't know, 4 straight pitch clock violations, something. Just fucking let him relax and get on the bench and fucking work through that trauma before trying to like fucking actually striking somebody out.
I just think it's pretty amazing that the Cubs were on this West Coast road trip, and the bullpen was so terrible. They flew back, went to Danny's apartment, came to his basement, and ate his taint. I think that's so neat. I think that's so gracious of them. What generous lovers.
Yeah, ever since I put up the mom shrine, they do whatever I want. But the other thing we got to talk about, which is not only our bullpen implosion, but the umpire's brains implosion yesterday in the game. Because I don't know if it would have mattered. The Cubs would have only scored one run on the play. They didn't score any, and they lost 2-0. So they would have lost 2-1 had PCA scored on a balk, which, listen,
that was crazy.
I watch games all the you saw the play, right? Because it was going everywhere because it was one of the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Oftentimes I'm watching a game and a balk happens and I didn't see the balk. Because, I might be watching, I'm like, oh, well, I missed that little flinch or whatever the fuck the guy did. And then they show it later, like, oh, yeah, that's a balk. He flinched his hand. He's not allowed to move. He started moving towards first. He's not supposed to do that. Anyway, that's a balk. And a lot of times I don't notice him. Sometimes I notice him. The really egregious ones I notice. This was one of the most egregious balks I've ever seen in my whole life. Like, I could have been the guy sitting in the outfield who's like, that's a balk. There's always that guy at the game. That's like, that's a balk.
Yeah.
That's a balk. I could have been that guy on that play, except for it never got called. That was the balkiest balk that ever balked. The umpires need glasses and brains and they all need to be fired and bring in the new guys because they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Here's my question, too. Like, I get there are rules about what can be replayed and what can't, right? Mm-hmm. So was that a play that just cannot be reviewed at all? Like, that's insane. But they should have been able to see it. Somebody should have been watching. Like, he wasn't even on the rubber when he pitched. He pitched with his foot behind the fucking rubber because that's where it landed.
In the middle of his windup, he stepped off and then threw home because PCA was dancing off the plate. And PCA nearly lost his fucking mind. And he talked trash about the umpires afterwards. And he's like, find me. I don't give a fuck.
Yep. And that fucking umpire that walked up to him later and started talking shit and Quentin Berry got in his face, that motherfucker needs to be suspended because he as an umpire, you need to be walking away. There was nothing more to talk. Dude was away. His coach had him. Walk away, go back to your position. But no, he went at PCA. That dude needs to be fined and he needs to be suspended. You can't just have rules for players only. Like, the umpires need to have some sort of fucking code of conduct that they go by.
Yeah, what is this, the government?
Good luck. The umps union's tighter than the fraternal order of police. Good luck.
I think immunity.
Umps can just murder people and get away with it.
Can you
even
imagine?
We put body cams on him too, and they still get away with it.
Ump just pulls out a knife and stabs a man to death and gets away. No charges.
The ump's off-season job is ICE agent.
Yeah.
They cannot wait to revoke those 400,000 visas. They're so hyped.
Oh yeah, goodbye baseball. By the way, speaking of the 1950s, where there were no people of color playing.
Did you see what happened to the Padres catching coach?
The Padres catching coach. Yeah, it's fucking bullshit. And
Oh my
MLB
God.
can't even with their aren't they? These are billionaires, and they can't even protect their own employees. Fucking ridiculous.
Well, and then they can't say anything because they might lose their antitrust exemption, which they shouldn't even fucking have in the first place.
Well,
But,
and then the deal that Manfred made is like, hey, you stay away from my game, you stay away from my players, and in exchange, it was the Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame conversation. That was the trade, and they're making it happen. And now it's such shit.
I would laugh my ass off if that actually happened. If Trump came out
No,
and
that's
was just
that's
like
the real thing.
That
Remember,
really happened?
Yes, he tweeted. Trump was, just zooted on his medication. It was like Pete Rose, Hall of Fame. Oh boy, get him in. And then
No, I remember that.
I remember that, yeah.
beckoning. Right. And then that was supposedly, from what I have heard from my back channels, which they're good. It's that was the trade. Ice leaves alone baseball. Pete gets to go in the Hall of Fame.
Well, then I guess Pete's not getting in now. Because Ice fucked it up.
Well,
Yeah, they took the catching
I'm
coach.
with you. Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
Pete's going to get in. Maybe they'll just drag their feet on that until we get another Tim Curry, Dolly Parton situation.
Yeah, well, it's not like Pete can die again. He's
Right.
been dead.
Unfortunately, he cannot. I would celebrate that yet another time.
They can't dig up that corpse and just take him out, then bury him back under the horse track.
Does one of these betting apps have a line on whether or not Pete will get in the Hall of Fame?
They've got
They
Kelsey.
really need to. It's Kelsey, and it's
Kelsey.
like you got Joe Jackson, you got Pete Rose, you got
Put
a
them
few
all
other
in at
guys.
once. Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
Put them all in at once. Just the most shameful year. Just get it all over with.
Roger
do it.
Clemens.
Roger Clemens. Yeah, put them all in next year. In fact, during
Next
the
year when
strike,
there's no
baseball.
Yeah.
Put all the fucking criminals in. Yeah. Why not?
Make your steroids wing, put them all in, and you get in, and then they're like, hey, you have to wear closed-toed shoes. It's like, why? It's like, because you got to step over all these needles.
Yeah.
This is not safe.
Everett Tosher in the chat asking really a strange question, but a metaphysical question, if you will. Am I alone in here with you guys? Aren't we all technically alone?
Yeah.
Yeah, all of us are alone together, which is
Together.
weird.
And you're alone with
alone,
us as
die
well.
alone.
Yep.
So,
This is the new world. This is the 21st century. We're all alone, but we can be together and still be alone.
Yes. Well, I wanted to bring it back to Quentin Berry because apparently he was stealing signs. He was as the Diamondbacks
bullshit
pitcher.
too.
The Diamondbacks pitch. It was an eventful week despite sucking. I forget who the Diamondbacks pitcher was.
Merrill Kelly.
Oh yeah, it was, and so he was pissed off that he was tipping his pitches, and Quentin Berry was seeing it and relaying a sign to the hitter, being like off speed, slider, or whatever he was doing, and Merrill Kelly was pissed. Was like, bro, stealing signs is baseball. That's just part of Major League Baseball. I don't know if it should be part of Little League Baseball, which there was a little scandal recently about some teams stealing signs in Little League. Like, maybe that's not the best thing to be teaching children. But maybe it is, though, because they got to live in the real world, too.
Yeah,
Well, we got
they're
to
old
teach
enough.
them early. We got to teach them early. We got to get them when they're like 8 or 9 years old. We got to teach them about, fraud, insurance fraud, tax evasion.
Yeah, and
get
not
it ingrained.
Right, not about it, but how to do it.
Bingo.
Yeah. And this is the thing. They kept saying stealing signs. Hey, people, there are no signs to steal. We have little fucking communicators on our arms and in our heads and whatever the fuck that they do. And there are no signs to steal. Merrill Kelly, you suck. Your fucking hand is on a ball and every fucking person can see it. That is on you. That is not stealing signs. Plus, they don't know what the fuck they were saying he was given a sign to the guy at second base who then was relaying the signal home, right? Oh my God. Do you know the kind of fucking coordination you have to do that? That is insane. Like, it's almost impossible to do in the first place. And I mean, I don't know, third base coach, he gives signs to the guys on the bases. That's what a third base coach does. I don't know if he's telling him what the fucking pitch is, or if he's just saying, don't steal, or do steal, or jump up and down and do fucking jumping jacks. I don't know what he's saying. But Merrill Kelly has blown ass for the last 2 fucking months. He has been terrible. So, when you are a shitty pitcher, you don't get to bitch about somebody catching you doing something. You have to go, oh, it's because I suck. Like, he's just looking for any fucking excuse in the world as to why he sucks. And it just landed on Quentin Berry this week.
And then Ryan Flaherty's like yelling across it was like that Dusty Baker moment when he was going back and forth with LaRussa. And he was like, fuck you. And
it was great. You could, when you know exactly what they're saying.
Oh, yeah. Ryan Flattery just being like, hey, fuck you.
Fuck you. Fucking sick it in your ass.
Yeah. And the best is, like, have you ever seen the clip of him when he was in the batter's box against the Yankees and he's just going, fuck you, and then licks his lips? Incredible if you have it.
You know what pissed me off about the whole situation? What really pissed me off was the next day, the fucking Diamondbacks coaches were like, "Oh, I guess he wasn't stealing signs, or it is legal, and it's not that it's whatever." And then they all went out there and they fucking group hugged and like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Fuck you. Fight. Be dicks. I want these teams to dislike each other. I don't necessarily want to see fights, but I want to see jawing. I want the energy level up and going. I do not want them, look, Little League, hug it out, bro. Like, you're gonna be in your classroom with that kid all week. You leave it on the field. Just hug it out. But these guys are fucking professionals. Like, be angry. And your coaches. You're not even fucking on the field with each other. Be dicks. I want to hear them talk shit.
No, let the kids fight, stab each other. That's awesome.
You gotta learn. Steal signs, cleats in the face, all of it. Play like Ty Cobb.
Come on. Just don't be the racist thing,
Yeah, right.
The last thing I wanted to talk about, because there was some, in this segment anyway, is that there is a new proposal from the owners. Just came out today. Here's the main bullet points: is that there's a now free agent signing windows, so they got to do it like in the winter meetings time, and then there's another signing window like right before spring training. That's one thing. And then, one less year until you get to hit the Rule 5. So that gives guys an opportunity to find a new team if they're not getting used. And there's one, they have to set weekly rosters. There's one less option that you could use. So, like, they couldn't send Javier Assad down 83 times. They would have to do it one less time.
I'm all for these sort of things. Like, yes, one less year before the Rule 5. Sure, I want that. I want less options. You can't send the guys down as much. I want that. I want anything that's good for the players. But all of that is contingent
on salaries
upon caps, them taking a salary cap, which then fucks all those players.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, dude. I think it's so foolish. Also, a year earlier on the Rule 5 means that they can just turn and burn quicker through these players without actually having to develop them. I mean, then it just becomes somebody else's problem. Good luck with that.
They already want to do that by like getting rid of the minor leagues and just have it be like college football and have them be the ones that train them all, which they talk about turn and burn. Like all these guys are trying to win in college. They're all trying to win in.
I want to see an unrivaled style players league right? And this shit happened back in I'm wearing a hat, right? Oh, right. The Federal League, back in the day, they were trying to start other leagues, and they need to do that again. But like in women's basketball, they have the WNBA, but they also have Unrivaled, which is like, it's a completely different league. It's a different type of game, but it's awesome. And it's all players. The players own the league. And guess what? The players get fucking paid in that league because the players own the league. Unlike in the WNBA where they had to have a fucking lockout and all the bullshit so that some players can get paid. And, so I would love to see the owners just kind of keep pushing this, and eventually the fucking players just break off and go to Texas. And I don't know, the fucking state is big enough. You can have like 4 cities and just have 2 teams in each city and play baseball.
Well, you have to bust up the antitrust law that you brought up earlier because they have a legal monopoly. So you have to do dumb shit like have banana ball, which is, God, it's awful.
Right. Or just go to states where there aren't teams, New Mexico or fucking North Dakota, Tennessee. Yeah, go to states where there aren't teams, and you can probably get away with it because I don't know.
I personally enjoyed going to see the Savannah Bananas, but I did not consider it like a baseball game. I considered it like a circus game. You know what I mean? Like it felt like more like a circus. But also like you have the Chicago Dogs. You've got the Snowballs. Now, because of the success of the Bananas, there's like the Chicago Snowballs doing similar things. There's there's a women's league now. There's different leagues that you have choices in baseball. That you can be a fan of a different team. You could just be a Chicago Dogs fan if you want to. Be like, fuck the Cubs, fuck the White Sox. I'm a Dogs fan. I go to Dogs games. I go watch the Schaumburg Boomers. Maybe the people in the burbs, they like that instead.
And next summer, when the Major League Baseball is not playing, we will become a Chicago Dogs fucking podcast. And
remember, we were a Rakuten Monkeys podcast for a while.
We were doing Taiwan. And that was really fucking hard to follow. We can actually follow the Dogs and go to those games. Like, I say we do it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We've talked about becoming a Cincinnati Cyclones podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Who's that? ECHL hockey, baby.
Yeah. Why not?
Sure.
So we got to take a break, but I do want to first, we have the silhouette, but I want to thank Dominic Galoro. I know he's here right now, but I got an awesome package from him in the mail recently. He gave a imprinted baseball to me also one to Crawley, and then this really cool coaster with Captain Cubbo on there. So I've got some deliveries to make. Everybody's going to be excited. So thank you so much, Dominic. You do awesome work, and I appreciate your support, and I love the gifts. I'm going to put that in a nice little ball holder.
Yeah, he actually sent me 2 balls recently, and because Emily and I both have Cubs jerseys, hers is 7, mine's 12 for our anniversary, and so he sent one of each. So, it's that picture, but it's a 7 and a 12, and it's sitting there next to my my wedding photo.
Wow. Very nice. So thank you, Dominic, and
it's awesome.
Where's our silhouette? What do you got?
Okay, so the silhouette, the clue for the listeners. This is part of the 3-headed monster who was snubbed by the Cubs 150 team. And there is the picture. Yeah. And I'm not going to give any more clues. Like, you're just going to have to look at this. If you can't figure this shit out, come on, man.
He's a catcher. That looks like a pretty modern baseball card. So.
Yeah, you totally just gave it up on the catcher. But I guess you've got a 33% chance if you don't know how to
see. Everybody looking at it can see.
I know, but I wanted to make them actually fucking pay attention to the picture.
See? He's a catcher.
See?
Yeah. So we'll be right back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail and 1 second.
The Bleacher Bunch brings you great shows like Sun Ranto, Cubs PS Plus, Bricks Behind the Ivy, Cup of Cubby Blue, and Baseball Rabbit Hole. But you could be getting so much more when you subscribe to our Patreon page for as little as $1 a month at patreon.com/bleacherbunch. Get access to our exclusive daily show Cubs Pod, where we recap every single game. Plus, be the first to hear Cubs music, get early access to events, and receive an invitation to join our Discord Cubs community, where fans just like you show up every day to rant and rave about our beloved boys in blue. Most importantly, 10% of your Patreon pledge will go directly to help the Lost Boys Youth Baseball program. So join us. There are perks at every level, like the Renter Calendar, absolutely free, and name recognition for you or your business. We are independent Cubs podcasters, and we need your support. Otherwise, we'll quit. Seriously, we'll all quit. Some of us might even die from your lack of support. In fact, the cutest little puppy you've ever seen will die if you don't support the Bleacher Bunch at patreon.com/bleacherbunch. We promise to spend all the Patreon money on tickets and beer and all the dog crap we have to buy just to keep our podcast rolling. So give us your money, and we'll waste it far better than you will. Patreon.com/bleacherbunch. Free trials are available, but don't do a free trial. Just join, okay? Okay. Patreon.com/bleacherbunch.
In the clutch, in the clutch. Buy t-shirts from In the Clutch. Take it from the Bleacher Bunch. You'll love the shirts from In the Clutch.
In the Clutch shirts are comfortable, stylish, and guaranteed to get you laid. Plus, they're proud sponsors of the Bleacher Bunch. Use promo code BleacherBunch for 10% off your purchase.
Nice to feel and soft to touch. That's why you will get laid so much. Wearing a shirt from In the Clutch. And you can thank the Bleacher Bunch. In the Clutch, in the Clutch. Buy t-shirts from In the Clutch. Remember the code Bleacher Bunch. Save 10% at In the Clutch. In the Clutch. In the Clutch.
In the Clutch shirts actually not really guaranteed to get you laid.
Hey there, as you can see, I'm a talking penguin. No, I'm not like the Batman kind of penguin or Rod Say or that dumb fuck Happy Feet. No, I'm the spokes penguin for Penguin Imprints, who makes awesome imprinted items with original designs. And they do custom stuff too. Why, check this out. And this. How do you like this, Chicago? And I love this one. And this might sound a little weird coming from a penguin, but fuck ice indeed. Penguin Imprints also makes custom t-shirts and stickers for your event or organization. And because they're sponsors, listeners of the Bleacher Bunch Network can get 20% off any order at penguinimprints.com with the code BleacherBunch. Okay, that's enough about Penguin Imprints. Now I gotta go find that little bitch Happy Feet and put his smirking pink on the other side of his head. I hate that fucker. But man, do I love Penguin Imprints.
And
All
we
right.
are back. And who's that cubby?
Yeah, well, we had a bunch of guesses, which I don't know what's going on. Dominic, I don't know if you listened to the clue or saw anything. He said Johnny Evers. Johnny Evers did get snubbed from the 150 team, but
That's probably why he guessed it.
not this. And then Everett Tosher says Randy Hundley. No, Randy Hundley is on the 150 team. So that
Randy
was a very
Hundley
good.
played in black and white as well, so he did not play in color.
Yeah, exactly. And then Yumper says Wellington Castillo, which I love the callback, but absolutely never going to make the 150. But at least he followed it up with this. I didn't see the picture. So he's just guessing. Everett made another guess and said Ross. That is incorrect. Tom Cooper went with Montero. Again, incorrect. Artie Boucher, Mr. Fourth Row, went with Wilson Contreras, and he is correct. It's Wilson Contreras, part of the three-headed monster. And none of those guys, honestly, they should all be listed as one spot on the 150 team, because all three of those dudes caught not only throughout the season, but throughout the playoffs, in the World Series, all three of them batted and got, I believe they all three got hits in Game 7. Like, they all three played in Game 7, because when you have three catchers, I guess you just use all three catchers. Like, it's fucking amazing. I don't know if there has ever been a team who used three catchers in one World Series game, and it wasn't even like injury related. They just fucking put all three catchers out there for the matchups.
Well, I'm glad you brought up the 150th anniversary team, because you know what it's time for?
150 years ago.
Oh,
Don't worry,
God.
folks. We're almost at 151, and you'll never see that drop again.
It makes my skin crawl when
Dude,
I
AI
150
AI makes me sick
years
to my
ago.
stomach.
It does.
Sometimes it gives you this weird feeling where you're like,
The
there's
way
something
that-
invading me.
The way the seams move on the baseball unnaturally makes my skin crawl.
Yeah, it does. That is one of the most unsettling videos I've ever seen. I've seen a lot of horror movies, and very few of them come close to what AI created for that fucking
Yeah.
video.
Yeah,
It's horrendous.
It's like when their knee in the horror movie, when their knees bend backwards and they crawl on the ceiling in an unnatural way. It kind of feels like that, you know.
Yeah.
Except more innocuous. So let's talk about the Cubs' 150th anniversary team. They dropped it because I guess they need more content for the marquee network, because apparently a playoff-bound baseball team is not good enough to keep people interested. It's you got to do dumb shit, like talk about how the fact that we've been around since 1876.
Well, they know what this team is. They do. They get it. They're like, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the
I'll tell
fuck
you
is
this
going
much:
on.
there is not a single guy on this current team that made the 150th anniversary team.
No, you
So-
are wrong.
Oh, they did? Who made it?
Ian fucking Happ.
Oh, he did? Oh,
Oh, yeah,
Ian
he did.
Happ.
well,
And
let's start
I
there.
wanted,
Ian Happ made it.
and
Yeah,
I
there he is.
absolutely
You're
wanted
right.
to talk about this. So I was looking up this stuff. Al Yellen had his article talking about all these.
Yeah.
And he said that he would not have put Jose Cardinal on there. He would have put Kyler. But
Yeah.
how the fuck? No. Ian Happ is on this list. You get rid of Ian Happ for Kyler. Like, if you're looking for a spot for Kyler, it's Ian Happ's name on there, not fucking Jose Cardinal.
I just want to know, like, why isn't it 3 outfielders? Like, why do they choose 7 guys on it? It's like it's supposed to be the team, you know, the one team. Like, all these guys can't play.
They picked 3 for each position for the most part. Except,
I gotcha, yeah.
Well, actually,
So
you know
now it
what,
should be
though?
9.
They didn't. Sometimes they did
there
more.
are.
There's 3 managers, 3 catchers. There's 4 first basemen.
Yeah.
3 second
they
basemen,
tied.
4 third basemen,
So-
4 shortstops. I don't know what the fuck they were doing.
So, yeah, I mean, mostly these are all great players. Andy Popko, Hank Sauer, Jose Cardinal, Andre Dawson, you know, one of my favorites of all time. Sammy Sosa, of course, Soriano, Billy Williams, Hack Wills. Soriano kind of surprised me.
I was a little surprised by Soriano, but when you look back at his numbers, even though they were not what he had been doing prior, he actually has some really good numbers for the Cubs. The only person that I saw on this list was Ian Happ that kind of blew my mind. I didn't understand.
Yeah. And then, let's see, I'll go backwards now. We'll go third baseman, Ron Santo, KB, which I guess Stan Hack and Aramis Ramirez. I agree with all that. I suppose I saw in the chat that Bill Madlock was not listed. He won a freaking batting title for them, and not listed, but they were bad teams, and nobody gives a shit.
I
'Cause
feel
they were
like
bad teams.
what's amazing to me is that we are looking at this and going, KB might be the guy out, right? but
Yeah.
he was the MVP.
Yeah.
He was Rookie of the Year in 2015. He was the MVP in 2016. They won the World Series. And yet we're looking at this and going, yeah, Aramis Ramirez looks right.
Yeah.
And we're like, what the fuck? But yeah, no, Aramis Ramirez is the only one on this list that I would be like, that's who you put in for maybe Bill Madlock. Like you drop him for Madlock. KB just gets in because he had the two greatest years maybe of a third baseman in Cubs history.
And then, and I like what Robert Sanchez says here. Having listened to a lot of commentary on this subject on sports radio and such, one can only conclude that this was not a compilation of the best players of the 150 years, but most iconic and popular. I pretty much agree with that. So it's a little popularity contest kind of bores me.
We really should.
I didn't even vote.
We should look into this, Danny, for an off-season show. Look at the 150 and actually look at the numbers. Look and see like which ones are egregious and which ones are actually like, no, this makes sense. Because I honestly, I love Aramis Ramirez, and it does not bug me one bit that he's on this list.
No.
But I don't know if he actually has the numbers to be on that list.
And he was clutch.
Other
so
people.
clutch. Yeah. So then going backwards around the infield, shortstop, obviously Ernie Banks, Baez, of course, Dunston, and Tinker. So there's four. No problem with any of these guys.
You said Baez, of course. That was my surprise. I was surprised to see Baez on there, and I was happy. That's the one position that I think I am happiest about is Baez being on this list.
Second base, we got Sandberg, of course. Nico Horner, a bit of a surprise. And then Rogers Hornsby. I would have gone Darwin Barney. The man won a gold glove for that.
he had no errors that entire season.
Yeah, not a single error.
When you don't try for the ball, you don't get errors.
Yeah, you gotta try to touch it. I
don't know how. Look, I get it. Johnny Evers does not have Hall of Fame numbers, but he's Johnny fucking Evers versus Nico Horner. I love Nico Horner too, but Johnny Evers probably should have been there. I don't know.
Then first base, of course, you got Rizzo, Frank Chance, Mark Grace, and Derek Lee. I got no problems with any of those choices.
I don't either, other than I think Derek Lee had a bad last half of his time with the Cubs. Like he kind of hurt his back, and then I don't think he was ever really quite as good.
And then catchers, Hundley, Davis, and Gabby Hartnett. What, no Steve Lake?
No Steve Lake? Come on. No,
for Jerry Pond.
Wellington Castillo. What about Hank White? Henry Blanco should have been on that list.
Exactly.
No,
we should do the all-time most egregiously awful Cubs of all time. I think we've done that show actually already.
I actually don't think we have.
We've done the Hall of Shame, like the worst guy, the worst human being at every single position.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But I will say, look, I don't really have a problem with that list of catchers, but I really don't know how you don't have the Montero, Ross, Contreras as one spot on there or something, because they were great. Like, they were great. Those three guys, like, delivered a fucking World Series. I mean, Montero with the grand slam in that playoff game, and I mean, Ross had a home run in Game 7. His final hit of his career was a home run. Like, these are iconic. That was an iconic year for the three-headed monster catchers, and I don't know why they aren't being rewarded for that.
Yeah, and Cap Anson didn't make any lists because he was a racist piece of shit, basically, is the reason we had a color line in baseball for so long. Yeah. And then we got managers, Joe Madden, obviously, Frank Chance, who managed a lot of great Cubs teams, and Leo DeRocher, who really was better with other teams and then
I'm
failed as a Cubs
dropping
manager.
I'm dropping DeRocher, and I'm going Baker.
Dusty
Yes, you and I. Yeah, we were on the same page. Dusty
Jim
Baker.
Fry. Jim Fry has got
You
No
know
Lou
what? I
Piniella?
love
Come
Jim
on.
Fry too.
yeah, Sweet Lou Piniella.
Come on.
Falling asleep on the bench.
You know what? I
With
like
goddamn cannoli hanging out of his mouth. It was great.
Oh,
I did like Lou, and he was the first manager to take the Cubs to back-to-back playoffs since '45 or whatever. But he did not prepare that team. Like, I don't know, both those teams sucked in the playoffs, and at least 2003, Dusty Baker did something pretty impressive. And I think 1998, he was there in '98 too, wasn't he? Was it his first year, or maybe not?
Who was it in '98?
I don't think it was, because I feel like they fired their manager halfway through '98 or something.
Was it Zimmer? No, that was '89.
'89, yeah.
Yeah, I got that switched around.
well,
All right,
Dusty Baker, he exploded Kerry Wood and Mark Pryor's elbows and shoulders, so that's really cool.
He absolutely did. But
Yeah.
I mean,
This says
we
Jim,
say that.
Jim Riggleman. So where's the Riggs? Where's the
Yeah,
Riggs?
where's
Come
the
on.
Riggs?
Reds legend Jim Riggleman.
We also have the starters: Fergie, Jake, John Lester, Maddox, Sutcliffe. Although Maddox went on to be better for other teams, the Braves, Mordecai Brown, good old three finger, Kyle Hendricks. That's some recency bias. Kerry Wood, Rick Sutcliffe. What? No, Rick Russell.
Yeah. Bruce Sutter.
Well, he
he's on the
made
relievers.
the relievers list. He
Yeah,
did make the Lee Smith, Rod Beck, Ryan Dempster, Pedro Strop, Bruce Sutter.
I was really surprised, even though it was only for half a season. I thought
Chafin.
not Chafin.
Yeah.
The mother titty groper. God, what the fuck? Why can't I think of his damn name?
Aroldis Chapman.
Yeah.
I really thought Aroldis would be on this list. I did. Even though it was only a half a season. But my God, he threw so many big pitches in that playoffs. But
Yeah.
I didn't mind the pitchers. I agree with you that Greg Maddux, it is a little weird how much Cubs fans act like he's theirs when he's not. He's a Brave. I mean, he's an Atlanta Brave in the Hall of Fame, and all of his greatest years were there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who else
I
would
hate
you have
lists
put
like
though?
this? I do. They're an exercise in just like meatballness. It's such a meatball thing to do, and it's just like I felt like we had to like bring it on the show, and I regret every moment of it.
I would have brought in Brolio.
I'm just really glad I got to see a list of names I don't care about. That was really cool.
Yeah. Well, and I got to show them to you, and I didn't care all the whole time I was doing it. Ken Holtzman is another one that Tom Cooper brings up. There's always going to be snubs on these lists.
Yeah, I feel like Maddox is the only one, oddly, on this list that I would not 100% sign on to.
Yeah, Mitch Williams, couple, Mr. Fourth Row and Tom saying Mitch Williams. I mean, 89. Like, it depends on your era. There's a lot of recency bias, as we see in the Nico Horner choice.
That's crazy.
But you want to know what really happened 150 years ago in Chicago? A huge $1,000 per yacht race that took place on Lake Michigan. Everybody went out to the lake to watch the Frolic from Chicago try to beat the Inna from Toronto. So everything goes again. A yacht race. Exactly. It was thousands watched from excursion boats as the yachts battle over a 30-mile course. And the Canadian yacht, Inna, suffered a broken halyard, as you do.
Well, Jesus Christ.
And they dropped its main sail, but they recovered it in the end. The Frolic from Chicago won. It kind of reminds me of what's going on now as we rename a Great Lake to Lake America. In Lake Ontario is no more.
Yeah, I saw somebody say that Canada needs to rename Lake Michigan into like Lake Halifax or some shit. Because why not? Just fucking
After
there
Lord
are no
Halifax,
rules
a
anymore.
Brit, I'm going to call it Lake Rocket. Why not? I'm going to start naming shit. Why does he get to do it? This is a fucking America. Lake Danny Rocket. Let's go.
There we go.
Oh, did you guys not see the new proposal? It's really cool to rename the Pacific Ocean.
Epstein
I can't-
Ocean.
Oh, Epstein.
Really cool.
So let's talk about the Reds team in a little bit.
Do we
of
have
disarray.
to?
Well,
I mean, really?
We're going to face you, so we might as well let Cub fans know what they're in for as we get swept this weekend and how bad the Reds have done recently because they've lost their last 4 series. You would have gotten swept by the Giants yesterday, except for that amazing comeback in San Francisco. You DFA Suarez after he's a huge part of that comeback. He hits a grand slam. Next thing you know, he's DFA'd. Hilarious.
Yeah,
Well-
I thought he was a rookie on the Cubs with that DFA. That's
Well-
usually what the Cubs do.
Supposedly, he was DFA'd on Tuesday because you get 48 hours to claim it. So he was DFA'd on Tuesday. There was 48 hours, and Gino hit that dong knowing that any team could have picked him up. They saw that, and they were like, you know what? Still no thanks.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know why they did it, though. Everybody did it because now they don't have to pay the rest of the contract. Like now, if they pick him up, it's a prorated $750, I think.
No,
But if
he's
they
not
picked him up,
he was put on waivers. He was not designated for assignment.
okay. I
We
thought he was
made it through
DFA'd.
waivers, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he'll
my
be
bad.
there in Chicago to stick it up our ass all weekend.
I know,
So will
man.
Friedel.
Oh, dude, no. No, he won't. He has not just been bad. He's lost a step and a half. I mean, he totally changed his swing in the offseason trying to get more power, which is exactly what you want from your leadoff hitter. Like he just made the whole direction of this offensive approach has been dog shit. It has been feast or famine, where it's 24, 25, 26 innings straight with no runs. And then all of a sudden you score 7 to come back and you beat the Giants. Like, it's just
We told
mind-boggling
you how
terrible.
it's been going for the Cubs. We beat them. We beat in the only game we beat the Mariners. We beat them 19-2.
Yeah, but you also-
we lost
you-
all the 1-run games.
We have 3 dudes that have OPSs over 100 in our lineup. I mean, you've got Matt McClain batting 196. There was, for a while, Brian Hayes was having a worse statistical season and average than Lou Gehrig in his last season playing baseball.
Lou Gehrig, when he had a disease already named after him.
Yeah.
What are
He
the odds?
had ALS, and Brian Hayes was just like, hold my beer, but don't shake it. Like,
Oh my God. That is.
Wait,
Yeah,
wasn't he already shaking that beer if he had ALS?
And I'm looking
Oh,
at
no,
the,
that's Parkinson's. My bad.
that's Parkinson's.
whatever.
I'm looking at the numbers here, and yeah, it's the 5th worst OPS in baseball. It's
Yep.
but you've hit a lot of homers.
Yeah, we're 6th in homers.
Yeah, and you're also 6th in walks. So it's like you're trying to be the Cubs. It's just not working out because that's
Yeah.
what the Cubs do. We hit the most. Well, in the month, this last month, the Cubs have hit the most home runs in baseball, and they've they.
Do you
take
wanna
a
know
shit
how
ton of
many?
walks.
I actually wrote that down.
69.
No, we have 43 home runs in August.
That's crazy.
But check this out. In July, we had 30 home runs. Right? We had 30 home runs in July,
You had All-Star break, though.
43 in August. But here's the kicker. 14-10. That's the record for both months. Now, of course, the Cubs still have a few more games, so it will change. But right now, they played 24 games in July because of, the break, So They had 30 home runs. They went 14-10, and they have played 24 games this month. They have 43 home runs, and it's the same goddamn record.
Wow.
Because home runs don't equate to fucking wins. And I don't give a fuck what your goddamn math equation says. WAR is individual, and that is not good for your team. And that is why, Billy, your team sucks right now because they are playing for WAR. And that is why the Cubs are fucking all over the place, because they are also playing for WAR. They just happen to be slightly better than the Reds.
Well, the problem that you also have with the Reds is, yes, they're up there in walks and homers, but then our average for runners in scoring position is around 200, the worst in all of baseball. So guys get on, they'll walk, or somehow hit a homer, but no one's on, or they'll get on and then strike out.
Because they're still trying to hit homers, right? Like,
right, they're ambushing.
When the guy's on,
right,
when they have guys on, they're not changing their approach, because as we all know, RBI is a stupid stat. It's a terrible stat, and it doesn't mean anything. If you get a guy that has 100 RBI, all that means is, it doesn't mean anything, apparently. RBI is a dumb stat because you can't use it for anything except for the fact that it stands for runs batted in, and the more runs you get in those games, you'll win more, which is the whole concept behind homers being a big deal in WAR. But RBI is not a big deal.
That's how the Brewers are scoring. They're just like knocking dudes in. They're doing the right things, you know.
They are doing the right thing. Exactly.
And and the other thing is that you don't have the pitching staff this year, which is a little bit of a surprise. Now, granted, you had Hunter Green go get the TJ, and that's guy. That
was
hurts.
A nightmare.
Yeah.
Well, it was not just that it hurts. It was the process in which leading up to it. I mean, he had these bone spurs towards the end of last season in his elbow, pitched through it, said, he felt fine, didn't go get it checked out, goes to spring training, pitches, and he's like, ow, it hurts, owie wowie, goes, gets it checked out. They take the bone spurs out. He works and comes back and then throws, and he's like, owie wowie, it still hurts, and then finds out it's a partial tear of his UCL, which he had to go get a second opinion for. I mean,
Did you guys hire the Cubs trainers or something? That sounds
brother.
Like
we share them. It's crazy.
We probably do share them. That's why both teams have such bad trainers, is because they're always somewhere in Indiana in between both teams.
Yeah.
So that's really hurt your team. I mean, because you don't have the offense to get bailed out by some elite pitching, which you've had a great pitching staff over the years. You got some young, great arms, and Hunter Green was kind of leading that charge, and then with him gone, it kind of fell apart. We're only really, like, I look at the numbers here, it is not good from a pitching standpoint. The bullpen's been mediocre. The starters have been somewhat mediocre. And then the defense also, they're not bailing out the pitching because they've just been an average defense, which if you could think that half the league is actually worse than you guys defensively. Keep Ryan Hayes is, hits like a pitcher, but fields like he's got a good glove, right? I mean, that his thing.
The thing is, he's got a platinum glove, but this year he's taken a step back a little bit. He's not as much of a vacuum as he used to be. So it kind of outweighs him being an automatic out compared to like what he was in the past. So
I said it years ago before any of this DH bullshit. If we bring a DH, it's not going to make the lineups better. It's just going to allow teams to have that one defensive guy who can't hit for shit. And that's what the Reds have.
And it probably should be a shortstop if you're going to do that, or a center fielder, and not your third baseman who, I guess it matters. I mean,
that's kind of a power spot, but yeah.
You also mentioned with the pitching staff with Nick Lodolo, that's been a huge absence too. He's been fighting bliss issues all year. And it's the way that he holds his changeup and the way that he holds his slider which like it's developing these crazy blisters. It got even worse this year with the new ball. Since the seams are lowered, there's no real place for him to push off, and it's just been a huge issue for him. So you combine him with losing Hunter Green, it's like, cool, you don't have two of your three-headed monster. Luckily, Chase Burns has been as advertised. The guy's been spectacular. He might have been tipping his pitches in San Francisco in his last outing. We don't really know, but because he's had it happen to him one other time before, and that was against the Red Sox, like his third start in the league. So I think he's going to bounce back. Rhett Lauder's been up and down. He's coming back from missing all of 2025 with a shoulder issue, and
he's
been
going tomorrow.
He's going tomorrow.
He looks like a dirtbag. He looks like Mitch Williams. He looks like a total dirtbag.
Oh, you can get Lauder versus Gosman.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's Lauder goes tomorrow, not against Gauss. It's not dirtbag freaking mullet night on Saturday. Gaussman goes Saturday. Lauder goes Friday versus Peterson.
Saturday's Andrew Abbott. The numbers are kind of inflated compared to what he actually is. The guy's a hoss.
He's good, yeah.
He's really good. The guy when he's got his north-south going with his fastball and then low with his changeup and slider and sweeper, he's locked in. He's just had some unfortunate. He pitched in the rain 3 times in a row. That just totally skyrocketed his ERA. And then in Arizona, he got into the 7th and Tito left him out there for an inning too long. So I think that he's going to bounce back, have a good outing. But man, I'm really excited for Sunday. I mean, that's going to be a fun matchup of Burns and Shota.
Yeah, and it's also they're inducting. It's a night game. They're inducting Jody Davis and John Lester and Vince Lloyd into the Cubs Hall of Fame. So they're going to be doing some pregame ceremonies, and they're also giving away a Johnny Knoxville bobblehead. Here it is, right here. There's Johnny Knoxville.
Oh my God!
It's Harry Carey. Whoops. Now, did Harry Carey? Here, I have so many problems with this fucking bobblehead.
I know what you're about to say.
Because first of all, he looks like Larry King and Johnny Knoxville mixed up, and Harry Carey didn't wear fucking suits.
That's the first fucking thing that I saw was the suit.
He's too skinny.
And he's too skinny. There's no beer. Where's the beer? Then he's got a cup of coffee. What the fuck is Harry Carey to drink coffee? He drank beer, you idiots. And what's the black thing sitting there? What is that? A fucking hat box? What the fuck is that?
I don't know. Yeah, I was wondering the box too. That's like the black box from an airplane that crashed somewhere.
That's his monitor.
Monitor? They didn't have monitor.
What are you talking about? Monitor?
Like his audio monitor, so he could hear himself, you know?
Everyone could hear Harry.
Yeah, we heard Harry from the left field.
There you go. Exactly. That's my Harry Carey.
Billy pops in with the greatest Harry Carey impression ever.
Night.
Well, do you want to know who's got the worst Harry Carey impression I've ever heard in my fucking life?
Oh, God, I can already smell this impression.
Reds fans are a bunch of losers. Big fat chili dog chewers. But here come the drunks who eat fried cheese in chunks. The idiot fans of the Brewers.
You know what, though?
NL Central coming to town.
Yeah, you know what, though? You said that he did a Harry Carey impression, and he ended that with the same Harry Carey impression that Billy did.
I knew, dude. I knew it was coming.
So I'm super excited. A little announcement. Sorry, I'm going through the end of the show quickly. I got to get to the theater, but Thomas Ian Nicholas is going to be playing at the Cubby Bear on September 12th. Bleacher Bum Band is going to play right after Thomas plays. It's going to be right after the game. It is free.
Wait a second. After he plays or before?
After. We're like opening for him, but after he plays. So I don't know. He was like, "Yeah, I'm going first." And we're like, "That's fucking fine." It means that we get to go longer, so I'm kind of happy about it.
That's
We're more the get it everybody-
weirdest thing ever.
Yeah, it happens though from time to time. I think maybe he's got somewhere to be, but we're going.
Then you
second.
need to start promoting this as Thomas Ian
Is opening for
Nicholas
us.
is
Yeah.
opening for you guys.
Yeah,
The Rookie of the Year opening for the Bleacher Bum Band.
I was thinking of getting an obvious shirt that says "Veteran of the Year." Just got something old.
That would be good.
So, and we're also going to be, so that's September 12th. And then just a week later, we're all going to be in Cincinnati. And we'll be hanging out with Billy Devore doing a live podcast over at Binsky's Bar and getting some group tickets. And I guess we got a little bit of time before we need to totally lock in the number. So I will, what you should do is join our Partiful. I've got it. I posted about it. Find the Partiful. And on one of the social medias where I posted this, and you can join us and come sit with us. There'll be a small handful, a smattering of us hanging out this year on the 19th in Cincinnati. So that should be fun. Either way, we're going to eat some chili dogs and to talk about the Cubs and have a good time.
In Camp Washington, where Binsky's is, they put in a skate park. And there's a gap, there's the ramp that you hop over, and there's a gap. They put in between the gap a cheese coney. It's so sick.
Oh my God! Oh, we'll see.
So
that.
you can
I can't wait to see this.
hop the cheese coney.
You can hop the cheese coney, dude. I'll pull it up right now.
Well, the one could. I don't know that I could hop the cheese coney.
I could do it on my feet, just not on a skateboard.
Yeah, dude. I don't think I could do it on anything. Oh my God, that's amazing.
That's
dude.
awesome.
My buddy Adam Bass took that, but dude, I said, "Oh, dude, I could hop that with a Lime scooter," and he's like, $1,000. I was like, "Go to the ATM now, brother. It's on."
Dude, a Lime scooter will never make that jump because you have to use all the speed. It doesn't have that much speed, and they're heavy as fuck. So it's not like you can like ollie that Lime scooter. Those things are like 50 pounds.
I've done it.
You've done it
I've
over a
ollied
gap
in
like
Lime. No, but I've got a plan. I've got a plan.
Famous last words. I've got a plan.
Guys, I'm an idiot. So here's
How's your health insurance? Yeah.
It's fine. Look, I've got an actual Vespa scooter. I go all the way back. I get that thing going 50 miles an hour. And I hold on and then just let go of my scooter and then go hit this and really launch it.
Oh, look, I do not doubt that you could jump a regular, just like a push scooter. I'm saying the Lime scooter is the reason it's not going to work.
I've ollied one of those, though. I have had to do it because I was about to tank it on a Lime scooter. And I had to I got stuck in the streetcar track and I had to yank and pull it up and I got clearance with it and recorrect it.
God damn it.
Yeah, dude. I'm an athlete.
Do it after September 19th.
Okay.
Because we kind of want to see you when we want to go down for a game and not a funeral.
That's fine. I'll do it 9:20. No big deal.
Okay, cool.
I do have one TFC that I'd like to share, Flexing Cube, and it actually comes from Michael's Spawn, and this comes from the Discord, because Boog, talking about dumb shit per usual, I commented on the Discord. I said, "Thanks for letting us know that they were chanting 'Let's go Cubbies,' Boog," as there was no way we couldn't just hear that if you didn't shut the fuck up, because we heard all the fans on the broadcast going, "Let's go Cubbies." But he's like, "Oh, the fans are chanting 'Let's go Cubbies.'" And Mr. Fourth Row agreed with me. He said, especially with the roof closed. And then Son of Ranter said, "Boog at a Led Zeppelin concert. If you listen, the band up there is playing Stairway to Heaven. Anyway, Taylor, about your plans on travel day."
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Shut
Boo
up.
can explain anything except for what is happening in front of him. Like, he does not understand the game, but anything else that somebody is feeding into his earpiece, he can fucking explain that.
He sucks. He fucking sucks, and everybody thinks he's good. Like he made like the top 5 of awful announcing as announcers. And I'm like,
Oh my god, yeah, they were it's fucking ridiculous.
I hate all lists.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of people who don't fucking watch every day, and so when they watch, they're like, "Oh, well, this is fun." Well, yeah, it's fun if you hear it once for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
But if you hear it 162 times a year, you want to fucking murder someone.
Oh, dude, ours was split, which was the road team, which is John Sadak and Cowboy Jeff Brantley. They said top 5 broadcasts. But the home games are John Sadak and Barry Larkin, and that brought us all the way down to 22nd. Because Barry Larkin is so bad. He is awful. And I have a theory. The team knows it, or the organization knows that Larkin's so bad that they're at home, that they're going to get, that the fans are just going to get so fed up that they're just like, I guess I have to go so I don't have to hear Barry.
I have to go to the game, so I don't have to fucking listen to this asshole.
Oh, it's so bad.
Yeah, I'm on the radio. I don't watch the games at all because I can't stand Boog. And at least the home games, I can turn it on in Spanish and listen to Miguel, and he does a great job. But they got him solo now, so it's tougher for him. But anyway, let's give away a chance postcard, shall we?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
And it's your last chance to get a chance. I'm picking it. We got all sorts of fun people. Brassmaster.
My guess is Dominic Galoro for the third straight week.
Oh,
the winner is Everett Tosher.
Oh, Everett Tosher
with his Stan Hack picture.
You know what? Everett now knows he's not alone in this room.
Yeah. Yeah, he's with us, literally with all of us on this show right now. So, Bill, you got anything to plug besides the new Nasty Boys podcast?
Fanarchy, use it, all that good stuff. It's the best. Well, I mean, I have a show tomorrow, but none of you will be in Cincinnati, so it doesn't matter.
You don't know that. We're fucking international.
You're right.
We could have people in Cincinnati. Tell them where it's at.
I'm at Wooden Cast Brewing. It's in Newport, Kentucky, and it shows at 8:00. So come on out. I'll be featured.
Yeah, if you're down there. Yeah, I think we got a few people down there.
Yeah. We certainly have some good. Carrie Bronner Myers in Kentucky. Andy's in Kentucky. We got Kentucky people. Yeah.
Well, and I will promote your podcast for you, the new Nasty Boys, because look, I don't listen to a lot of like Cubs podcasts, and I don't listen to a lot of sports podcasts because they're all fucking annoying for the most part. You guys do a really good job, and the three of you have a really good rapport together. And even if you don't want to listen to them talk about the Reds, you get like 40 minutes before the talk that you can just listen to these guys talk about the fart dungeon and all the shit that they did on the weekend. Yeah. It's great.
Very much. We're like sister pods, for sure.
We're trying to avoid talking about the Reds, and we're doing a really good job of it.
That's how our show ended up. Even when the Cubs are doing well, we got so used to like shooting the shit about other dumb shit because we started in 2012 when the Cubs lost 100 games that we never really got on a good trajectory. In fact, in 2016, we were really confused as to like what to do with this success that we were feeling. We didn't know what to do.
We were way too happy.
Yeah,
I feel like people that like see the clips online of us talking about the Reds and baseball and everything, they start the show and they feel duped because it's just like they're talking about farts. They're talking about literally anything but the Reds for 45 minutes now. I came here to hear insightful conversation about Chase Burns. Instead, I'm listening to this guy talk about his hog.
Yeah, and my thing is, you can get that boring shit anywhere. Honestly, like we're bringing something different. We're bringing the fans' perspective, and this is what fans talk about, and this is what we love. And it's also why the Ranto show can go 12 months a year. It's a Cubs podcast that is in no way reliant on the Cubs.
Yeah,
Right.
Very important aspect to our business model.
Our business model. We don't even get vacation.
Yeah.
So we make no money, take no vacation, and
nor
we
do
just-
we have a business model. So it kind of worked out really in all ways.
No.
We
It's
just,
a
we just
volunteer
have random
model.
sponsors will be like, "Will you help us?" People
Please.
seem to listen to you. Maybe they'll listen to us too if we pay you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's our show. Once again, you're right about going to Fanarchy. I'm going to be on Fanarchy tomorrow. Fanarchy Friday.
Fanarchy Friday.
So that's the show. I'm going to play a song called 10 Years Ago. Please send your pictures of you 10 years ago and your pictures now. And whatever the hell that is, Billy, I was creeped out by it. But dog.
Spagog.
Go Redlegs!
Yeah, thanks for coming on, Billy.
10 years ago, we cried in the stands. 10 years ago, we drank and we danced. We listened to games at our grandfather's graves. I wanna go back to 10 years ago, back to 10 years ago, back to 10 years ago. We chalked up the walls 10 years ago. We conquered the fall with songs in our throat. We slaughtered the goat. I wanna go back to 10 years ago, back to 10 years ago, back to 10 years ago. Build me a time machine, a time machine. I wanna go back to 10 years ago, back to 10 years ago, back to 10 years ago. 10 years ago, we laughed through the tears of a century's years. I wanna go back to 10 years ago, back to when we sang Go Cubs Go, back to 10 years ago. When we were all young, 10 years ago, we finally won a family and friends. Let's remember when, and we can go back to 10 years ago, back to 10 years ago, back to 10 years ago. 10 years ago, we listened to games at our grandfather's graves. I wanna go back to 10 years ago.